For tasks like browsing, office work, and media consumption, the minimum requirements for your PC or laptop include at least 8 GB of RAM, a Core i5 or AMD Ryzen 5 processor or above, and 512 GB to 1 TB of SSD storage. You'll also need either integrated or entry-level dedicated graphics like NVIDIA GeForce MX 150 or AMD Radeon RX 550. Make sure your system has USB 3.0 ports, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth support for optimal functionality. Don't compromise on these requirements, as the latest versions of Windows demand them for smooth performance, otherwise, it could lead to a slow PC. For content creation, graphic design, and programming, the minimum requirements for your PC or laptop include at least 16 GB of RAM, an Intel Core i7 or AMD Ryzen 7 processor, and 512 GB to 1 TB SSD storage. You'll also need a mid-range dedicated GPU like the NVIDIA GTX 1650 or AMD Radeon RX 570 or higher. Ensure your system has Thunderbolt or USB-C for faster data transfer, additional storage options, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth support. Don't compromise on these requirements, as they're essential for smooth performance with resource-intensive tasks. For high-end gaming and 3D rendering, the minimum requirements for your PC or laptop include 32 GB of RAM, an Intel Core i9 or AMD Ryzen 9 processor, and 1 TB SSD storage, preferably NVMe for ultra-fast speeds. You'll also need a high-end dedicated GPU like the NVIDIA RTX 3080 or AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT or higher. Ensure your system has multiple USB 3.0 ports, support for additional storage, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. For server or enterprise use, the minimum requirements for your system include 64 GB of RAM, an Intel Xeon or AMD EPYC processor, and at least 1 TB SSD storage or larger RAID storage for redundancy. You'll also need integrated or entry-level dedicated graphics if necessary. Ensure your system has enough ports, high-speed networking capabilities, and ECC, error-correcting code, RAM for stability. Don't compromise on these specs, as they are essential for smooth and reliable enterprise-level performance. If this information is helpful, don't forget to subscribe.